set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from uptown Charlotte.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're not able to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Well, they bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7.
Back to throw again. And he's got it.
1st and goal at the 1.
When offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. It's the fullback. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. On third down, he'll drop to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So for the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Gore. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're going to look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Panthers add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd and 9 now. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And this one is incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. To throw now on 1st down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
He's picked off just shy of midfield.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
from the gun. He'll hand this off.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Still 9 remaining on second down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll drop to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Antlers have got it back to within a score.
I believe it was you, Mr. Davis, who said something about them opening things up, taking shots downfield because that D might gang up against the run, and we just saw evidence of why that was a good idea.
And indeed, my friend, just like a broken watch is right twice a day, I get them right every now and then.
Point after here coming up. And that one makes it 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
A couple of first downs
defense has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Back to throw now on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
On 2nd down, Gore. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. He's picked off near his own 48. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers would extend their lead here just before halftime. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Chiefs seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Lions locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina! A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people in front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Gore. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. 2nd down at 7. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Well,
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
He'll look to throw. Trucks over it. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because of this play. It can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run, it's Gore. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again they run, again it's Gore. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Back to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And his kick here is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Dublin's offense now set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. It's the fullback. 82 yards. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there. How about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they try the right side here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now here's a throw that's complete. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Panthers about ready to take over.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On first down, it's Gore. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast too, converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Second and 5. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. Carolina getting set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Panthers on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now Gore. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. On second down now. Gore. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 45 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, Gore. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Carolina.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
So they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. And that'll set him back 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll try and push it in with Gore. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Carolina, a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for our visitors,
the loss means they'll finish at 11-6 overall.
And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round.